In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I landed a $25,000 per month high ticket closing role without doing any outreach whatsoever. And I know this might sound crazy because pretty much everyone in the high ticket sales industry is telling you to do certain outreach strategies of sending Instagram DMs or Loom videos or whatever it is. But there's one strategy that I've been using for the last couple of months for myself that's allowed me to land multi six-figure per year high ticket sales roles with 8-figure businesses without even sending out a single outreach message to make that happen. Exactly how I get these opportunities inbound and actually get them sent to me instead, having companies reach out to me every single week that want to hire me. So this might sound crazy, but I'm going to show you exactly how to actually make this happen. The strategy that I've been using and exactly how you can copy me. How can you do the exact same thing for yourself, regardless if you're brand new in high ticket sales or if you're in a role right now, you're trying to get more commissions for yourself and like make more money, which is obviously the end goal as a sales rep in the space. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in the most simple way possible. It's not a get rich quick though. It takes effort. It is not like an overnight success thing, but if you're willing to put in effort and you're willing to follow the framework I'm going to give you, this stuff works, and it works extremely well as well. So you can see how I landed my own 25 to 30K per month remote sales role with a business doing over, at this point, they're doing over 1 million per month, so 8-figure business. And the biggest thing that I see people struggle with when it comes to landing like 10K per month plus closing roles is they're doing one of these 5 things right here. Either they're spamming personalized outreach on IG. You probably do this right now if you're watching this video. You probably spend a lot like personalized outreach on Instagram, trying to land roles that way. You're investing thousands into like guaranteed placement programs and like communities, hoping that you're going to land a good role from that. You're working tirelessly to improve your skill set, hoping that if I get better my skill set, I will land a role and I will make 10K a month. You're pursuing shit opportunities where like no matter how hard you work, you're kind of capped at like 1 to 4K a month, or you're being forced to just like pick the first best offer that you get. You know, you're picking from a place of scarcity. I see a lot of guys doing this where you have so little opportunities, like so few offers to pick from, that you have to just go with the first and best one that you can get. And because of that, you end up picking bad offers, you know? So this is what I see most people struggle with. I struggled with these things for a long time as well. And then I found out about the framework that I'm going to share with you in this video, and it solved all these different things, allowing me to literally get like 6, 7, even 8-figure remote sales roles inbound, get them sent to me, and never have to pick from a place of scarcity, never have to worry about what roles I was going to go into and having to like send out cold DMs and things like that. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And this is basically 2 steps that I follow to land this multiple 6-figure per year role with 8-figure business and get it falling into my lap. Did it without sending a single cold DM, single Loom outreach. And they reached out to me about the opportunity. I only had a few months of sales experience, but I was still able to literally skip the entire interview process and land this role very, very easily because of this framework. And transparently, this is like get rich quick hack, you know? And just being real with you, like if you're in remote high ticket sales and you're looking for like a fast way to get 10K a month, you're probably not in the right space. You're probably not going to see long-term success in this industry, like just being real with you. And you should probably click off this video. But if you're someone who's actually willing to like put in the effort, put in the time, then what I'm going to share with you works extremely, extremely well and consistently gets me A+ closing opportunities in my own inbox literally daily without me having to do a lot of work to get that. So let me show you exactly the framework of these 2 steps to make that happen and how you can copy it, do the same thing for yourself. And it's fairly simple. First thing, and like really the most fundamental thing before I get into the way of actually like getting these opportunities, we need to understand how to actually land roles, because a lot of people screw this part up where they get on interviews, they have opportunities come to them, but they don't know how to show up on the interviews and position themselves in the right way, and because of that, they can't land roles. So first thing in terms of just your mindset, you need to make the shift in how you think about sales and landing roles in general. You need to build conviction. This was huge for me to get into this 20 to 30K per month role that I landed, which is that if you don't believe that you are capable of coming into this role and performing, if you don't believe that you're worthy of landing the role and working with this business, it doesn't matter how many businesses you get on interviews with, how many interviews you get on, even if you land a role, if you don't truly have a belief in yourself that you can make it, you will self-destruct. You will say something weird on the interview that ends up getting you like not hired, basically, or you get hired in the role and you don't perform because you don't believe in yourself. So having conviction is super, super crucial. That's the first thing that's going to allow you to actually get these like very high level roles where you can make like 20, 30K a month. It's just like you believe that you're capable, you can actually figure it out, and you can actually get there. Because if you don't have this, you will self-destruct, like I said. So I basically did this by developing this mindset that I am capable of figuring shit out. And I did this by basically like looking at other people in the high ticket sales space, finding someone that had similar circumstances to me when they started off, and then just looking at exactly how their journey went, how long they had to learn sales for, how long it took them to get to their first 20, 30K a month. And I just internalized the belief that if this person has done it, if they could figure it out in X amount of time, I can do so as well. And that's so important because a lot of times, especially when you have less experience, you're going to hop on interviews, you're going to be asked these more like challenging questions of like, hey, why are you a good fit for our business? Why do you think you'll be able to perform? And like just how you speak, how you answer these questions on an interview is super, super crucial. So you need to show up with that like powerful, confident energy. And that comes from you internalizing the belief that you have what it takes to figure shit out. And this comes from you proving that to yourself. You just need to start becoming delusional almost. Like, I can figure shit out. Prove that to yourself in your own life. Get in good shape, good habits for yourself, learn the skill set. Like, just start proving to yourself that you're a capable person. And I promise you that's by far like the most, out of like all sales hacks and all like outreach techniques. And I'm going to share with you how to actually get roles and everything. But like everything builds upon this. You need to be confident in yourself and show up in a powerful way. That's how you crushed in remote sales, not only like in interviews, but also in a role. When you have that conviction and like you're just confident in who you are and your ability to figure out and just go and get whatever you want, like everything becomes so much easier. I almost think about it like kind of like you're an animal, you're a lion. It might sound a bit corny, but like you're a lion that's able to go out and get whatever you want out of life. And you've proved that to yourself by getting good shape, having good habits, things like that, reading, learning, developing as a person. That's why self-development is such a huge part of being a good sales rep, because when you're confident in yourself, when you can develop yourself and like you're a high-level person, that just carries through and like people feel that on your calls, interviews, and your land roles. So this is crucial. This is what these business owners look for. If you want to get hired by 7-8 figure business, you need to have this in place. So I just wanted to preface you by telling you these things because that's super important for you to have in place before you can actually like apply this. But now let's get into the actual framework of how to get inbound opportunities sent to you. And this is all built by having what I call a niched personal brand. This is how I get opportunities in my lab. So this is basically what gets me A+ closer, even sales management roles. We can make 20 to 50K a month in my lab daily. And the thing is, like, these roles that I get sent to me and that people that I work with in my one-on-one coaching get sent to them as well, our roles are hidden from the general public. Because in remote sales, most roles are not like publicly available for anyone. So these roles that I get sent are literally like the best of the best roles are sent to me without doing any cold outreach. And the way that I do that was by building a niche personal brand. And what that means is I started connecting with number 1, offer owners, number 2, sales managers, and number 3, closers. So what I did is I basically I found people online. I found people that run some type of high ticket sales offer. I went on Instagram, I went on YouTube, and found people that I resonated with. I liked how they spoke, I liked their offer and like what they sell and what they stand for and things like that. Found a couple of guys like that, and I basically kind of stalked them, if that makes sense. I found like who manages their sales team. So I went into, okay, who does this person hang out with? Who do they follow? Who comments on their posts? It's pretty easy to figure out like who they work with by doing that. And I figured out like who their sales rep, who the sales reps and like who the closers were for the business. And I started networking with these people in a very specific way. So what I did is I found these people, I found businesses that I wanted to go work for. I found the owner, sales managers, and closers, because the thing is that getting in touch with the closer or sales manager is way easier than getting in touch with the actual owner of the business, because they get so many inbound DMs, like if it's actually a big business. And then I provided value. I asked them simple questions and I spoke to their ego. So what I mean here is provide a value. I basically is, if I saw anything from their profile, anything that I saw like at a first glance that they could fix, or maybe I opted in through their funnel and noticed they didn't call their leads as quickly as they could be, I found something that I could like just give as like a tip for them to the sales manager or to the closer or to the owner. I just like gave them free value, you know. I would ask them simple questions. So like if I saw that they were traveling somewhere, you know, that I wanted to go to, or I saw a specific type of diet they're eating, you know, I'll just ask them very simple questions. Important thing here, you don't want to overdo this. You don't want to ask them like, okay, hey man, how can I make 10K a month in sales? Because that's like a big, massive question that they would have to like take an hour out of their day to answer. Ask them simple questions. They can just reply quickly. That's how you get these conversations going and how you start building trust with them. You speak their ego. So you compliment them. You know, when you see client wins, when you see that they're traveling, they're driving nice cars, speak their ego. Yes, give them genuine compliments. So you're gonna be doing all these different things. While you're doing this, you want to let them know. So while you're having these conversations back and forth, you're replying to their stories, you're giving them a compliment, you're asking them simple questions. You let them know, by the way, I'm actually a sales rep. I'm actually a closer. I've done this much in sales, or I've been a closer for this long, and I'm looking for a new offer right now. Would love to work with you. So just let them know. You don't push. You don't like follow up like crazy and like, hey, do you have sales opportunities? Hey, are you hiring? Blah blah blah. You just let them know. You know, like every month, every like other week, you just let them know. You comment something on their post. By the way, I'm still looking for an offer. Let me know if you're hiring. You know, and you just like can put in there in your networking. That's super powerful because what's going to happen is when these guys then go out and they want to hire someone, they're going to have you top of mind, you know, because they had these conversations with you from time to time. You seem like a fun, genuine person if you do this in the right way. They will have you top of mind and they will reach out to you when they have openings on their team. This is literally how to do this. And you do this with multiple different people and you send out these messages like every week, every other week to these people, just like stay in touch, build these connections. And what you want to do as well is you also want to build your own presence, like your own profile around you being a sales rep as well. So you want to set up your profile, you want to share proof. So like in your bio, you want to make it clear that you're in remote high ticket sales. You want to share proof. So share like wins, how many calls that you've booked, if you're an appointment setter, closes that you make, if you had a big cash collected day, for example, as a closer, wins, how you overcome objections, books that you're reading, stuff that you're learning. Make a personal brand all about you as a sales rep. Think about this almost like your resume, you know? When they look at your Instagram, they should be able to tell that you're in high ticket sales, that you're good at what you do, that you're professional. So remove any like weird pictures and just make sure you have a clean profile that shows that you're committed, maybe like your wake up time, maybe what books you're reading, maybe your habits, posts, that kind of stuff, you working out at the gym. This is super crucial because when they click on your profile, they will see this. And if you have this set up in a good way, like you will literally stand out from everyone else, reach out to them. And this is how you truly build that like deeper connection that gets you eventually sent roles. So this is not going to happen like overnight. It takes time. It's not like you start doing this and the next week you will land a role. It can happen, I've seen it happen, but usually takes longer. This is about long-term building up your personal brand. It's going to allow you to get inbound, like get sent opportunities by these business owners, by these closers or sales managers, because you built a deeper connection with them. So this is super impactful, and this is exactly what I did. I just started connecting with these business owners, started providing value to them, set up my profile in a good way so it looked professional, ask questions, talk to their ego, and provide value to them. And just let them know from time to time I'm looking for roles. And eventually I started getting sent like a role a week, getting sent 2 roles a week, 3 roles per week. Now I'm getting sent roles daily from these business owners. And they come to me quickly. And also when they have friends, or they have other people that they know in the space that are hiring, they come to me as well, you know? Because they want good people, they want people that are serious and people that are genuine as well. So this is literally the most powerful framework you can use right now to like get inbound opportunities, and exactly how I've been doing it. So feel free to copy this, start doing this right now, start applying it, and just going with the expectation that this is going to take time. And it's all about just you giving value, like give, talk to people's ego, ask them questions that makes them feel good. Realize that high level people that have like 7-8 figure businesses, they love giving simple feedback and seeing someone implement on that, you know? That's why this works so well. If you ask them questions or you speak to their ego, you know, specifically if you ask them questions and then you actually like implement on it. If you ask them like, hey, who have you learned sales from, for example, or wherever it is, you know, and they reply to that question, and you go out and you buy that book, you buy that sales coaching, and then you come back to them and like, hey, I took your advice and it worked great for me, you know, they're gonna like that. They see that you're actually taking action. They feel good about that, you know. So keep that in mind. These type of things are like how these people's psychology works. They're very like usually ego focused and ego driven, which you can tap into by using this. This is the framework, how to do it. And I have over 100 plus one-to-one students that I personally work with that are using this as well to get opportunities like this in their lap every single week. And they're just using this alongside with a bunch of other strategies that I teach as well inside of my one-on-one coaching to basically always have an abundance of good 10K a month roles to pick from. So if you're someone who's in remote sales right now, you want to get my help to like scale to 10K a month, if you're not making 10K a month already right now, you can DM me close on Instagram at my Instagram, which is here. And I'll give you more information about my one-on-one coaching, how it works, pricing, all that stuff, if you're interested in that. Only do this though if you're actually serious about like working hard and if you're actually like committed to making this happen, because it takes hard work. But if you're willing to put in hard work and you're committed to getting to that 10K a month, I can definitely help you get there. So message me on Instagram and I'll look forward to speaking with you there. If you have any other questions, feel free to just send me a message on Instagram as well and just like ask questions, whatever it is. Hopefully you guys found this valuable and you have some actionable steps on how to go out and land and get more inbound opportunities for yourself. And yeah, that's it for the video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Ciao.